Hey guys, welcome back to the Holley Project. Recording on the old cellular device today. GoPro's dead. All the batteries are now at the shop. Dang it. See, and now I don't know where to look anymore. It's been so long. Anyway, we're going to work on the old big block here for a minute. Short little video, kind of a test and tune type deal. This is a Holley 750 vacuum secondaries. Excuse me, which should be pretty good on a mild build 396 big block. But from day one, we have had, well, this goes back many years. This is my brother's old Carb that he had on the Monte Carlo that had the stroker motor in it, still does. And he had issues with this thing forever. Rebuilt it, cleaned it a million times, still can't get it dialed. So he had a heck of a time starting the car with it, and then terrible idle. So basically I ended up with it because this old girl here came with a 600 CFM Edelbrock on it, which actually that's down at the shop. And I wanted to try out something a little bit bigger after we did the mild build, the cam and stuff in this. So, long story short, I've inherited the problem of this 750 vacuum secondary carb. It runs great, especially when you're on it. It's perfect. The problem with it is cold starts, it's terrible. It blows black soot everywhere, as you can see on the floor. We've done jet changes. We've done all kinds of adjustments. It's gone through the ultrasonic cleaner multiple times. It's been rebuilt multiple times and just can't get it sorted out. So on a whim, I decided, let's borrow a carb here from a buddy of mine and throw it on and see if the startup and idle and stuff like that is any better. Granted, the carb is not a great combination for what I've got here. This is a 700 CFM. Yep, she's a double pumper. Probably not going to be the best decision at all for this mild build 396. But that's okay. The only thing we're after is start up, see if we can get it to quit blowing black soot everywhere. Terrible idle, erratic idle until it's warmed up. And kind of go from there. If going to this and getting the jetting figured out for that carb fixes the issue, then I'm trying to get away from that light. And that light. And that light. Then, you know, maybe it's time for a different carb altogether. I don't know if this vacuum secondary 750 here has had issues. Maybe it was a production issue. I don't know. But it has never been right for the, I don't even know, 15, 20 years that it's been around. The thing is spotless. We've done everything that you can imagine. And if you guys throw your comments down there, we'll read every single one of them. It could be calling me an idiot. It could not be. Whatever you want to comment. But the moral of the story is, let's see what this 700 double pumper will do. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started here. We'll disconnect the vacuum advance. Whoop. Knock things all over. Get our pig mats under there. We are going to have to change out these fuel connections because they're not right from one carb to the other. And I might have to use a back hold on that one. Get out the old Chanel West Coast locks here. And bust this baby loose. Don't yell at me for not using a line wrench. Oh, come on. I'm lazy and I use what's available close by. Man, that baby was tight. How about you get some more stuff in your hands? Let's see if we get lucky on this one. Nope. Should have known better. So what do you guys think? Is this going to be a terrible idea? I bet it will be. It might run even worse. Who knows? But, you know what? What the heck? You don't know until you try it. Set that off to the side. Didn't lose any fuel there. Jump around over to this side here. And get our throttle disconnected. Well, I won't ever find that again. Get that taken apart. Before I lose it though, I'll look. I heard it bounce around about 857,000 times, which normally means you're never going to find it. You guys all know that. Well, it definitely didn't hit the ground, so that's good. Matt's gonna have to wait because I'm recording. And no, we didn't forget about the Cadillac. We've got some other things going on down there at the shop right now that will be coming in the next video. And you guys don't know it, but we do know what's wrong with the Caddy engine. A lot of good comments, a lot of great suggestions, and a lot of guys that pointed out, you know, that I forgot the cam plug. Yep, I sure did. But that's not the problem. The problem goes deeper than that. Believe it or not. And that should be about it. I'll go ahead and take this off. There she is. Now, at first glance, you'll notice, obviously, this is mechanical secondary. This is vacuum secondary carb. Our fuel fittings are different. So we'll have to swap these. No big deal there. And most of the throttle linkages are the same. This one's a little bit different, but we'll make something work. This carb actually came off a 427, a blown 427. He had 2 of these on it. And they've been gone through. The other thing I need to figure out too, I thought that these double pumpers had idle adjustment screws in the back, but they may not. So let's see, we're gonna have to take, wow, recording with this phone's way different. So this is different, but we'll figure that out. Be right back in a sec. Okay, we're back. Hey, I found that quick. My brother called. We chat on the phone about every day. Right about the same time. And I figured, with all the hilarious comments on my brother's belching and farting and carrying on, and my throat clears, and, you know, why don't we just, oh, shoot, I don't have any. Well, isn't that a crying shame? Son of a gun. There's not even a Busch Light in here. Chantel's fruity drinks. Well, that ain't gonna make it. That ain't gonna work. Well, I failed you. I was gonna crack a beer in spirit of Matt, but I guess we're not gonna. I'd have to drive down to the shop to get one of those, I suppose. So anyway, back to what we were doing before I get too carried away. Let's go ahead and get these taken off. Snag the old croissant wrench here. Way too big, but that's all right. Go ahead and take these off. Maybe if I can fit this thing in here. Oh, this will be really interesting if this, like I said, this ain't a permanent thing. It's kind of a trial and error situation that we've got going. And this crescent wrench is just way too big. Let me find something else before I screw that all up. How about a smaller crescent wrench? That way we can still screw it up. It just won't be with as big of a crescent wrench. I'll have to dig through a carb kit too and grab. Might put new gaskets on that. I don't know. No, they'll be all right. I want to take these bowls off too. I have no idea what he's got for jets in this thing. But if I were a betting man, they're probably fairly large. And to keep things on a fairly even playing field, I'd consider just using the jets that I'm using right now in here. But I guess I don't know exactly how much different the double pumper is going to act versus this one. Yeah, see, he didn't even have springs or filters in here. I don't know what he's got the floats adjusted to. I don't know. But we'll just go ahead and swap some things over and see what happens. Set this one off to the side here. Just lost the gasket. Did they both get stuck? Nope. All right. And I'm no carburetor expert. I know enough, but some of you fellas out there probably know far more than I do. Curious how clean this thing is too on the inside. He said they were gone through not too long ago. But not too long ago is completely different for one person to the next. Not too long ago to me is, you know, maybe within the last year or so. Oh, there's Madison. Madison Marie. Please hold. Okay. She's yelling at the neighbor kids. All right. Got our fuel set up. Let's see if we can't take these bowls off here and I think those are. Let's see what he's got for jets in it. And how filthy it is in here. Hopefully it's clean. If it's filthy, I guess I'll throw it through the ultrasonic cleaner. Don't lose your little gaskets around the bolts here. Jeez. Try not to tear your gaskets. Well, it's not terrible. It's not great. It's not clean, that's for sure. I'm gonna grab a... Yeah, they could definitely use going through the ultrasonic cleaner. Try not to break your jet ears when you take these out. Woo, boy. 80s for primaries. Pretty beefy. Man, I just don't know. It's hard to do in test and tune if the carb is filthy. Well, that bolt wasn't even tight. That one wasn't tight. Really tempted, since I got this thing apart, to throw it in the ultrasonic cleaner. Because our little test here isn't going to do us any good if I put a dirty carb on there. Yep, it's gonna have to get cleaned. That ain't gonna work. $77 for secondaries. Well, here, let me show you. They're dirty. Probably pop the metering blocks off. And throw her in the cleaner right there. So why don't I do that, and we'll continue this here in a minute. Oh, well, hey, welcome back. I found a beer in the house in the fridge. Ooh, that's good. Anyway, everybody just went through the ultrasonic cleaner. And while they were doing that, I went ahead and pulled our jets out of our other carb, and also found that the primary metering block only had a power valve block off in it. So we went ahead and dug through the old carb kits that I've got laying around and grabbed the 6.5. And from what I understand, basically you take your engine vacuum, cut it in half, and that's what you should have for a power valve rating. So this is a little bit over. I only make about 12 inches mercury vacuum. This is more for 13, but for all intents and purposes, it should get us to where we want to be. Oh, there we go. So anywho, let's go ahead and start throwing this back together and carry on with our little experiment here. We'll start here on the primary side. Make sure I've got my 71s. No need to have 80s in here. You know, it's not like I'm rolling around in a 427 blower car. Go ahead and throw these in, snug them down. You don't have to bench press them in. Just make sure they're snug. And then we'll throw this back on here. Yep, just like that. I'm sure some of you guys out there probably know way more about all this here stuff than I do. But, you know what? That's fine. That's why I'm doing it, because I'm learning. throw that on there. And let's see, this should be, see, our fuel line is going to come in this other side, so this should be the right side. Correct side, I should say. Make sure you're make sure you got the orientation of your brain fart here. You guys are all saying it. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that thing, you know, that that adds the fuel when you hammer it. You're holy cow, Bob. Where's that bull going? He's trying to run away from us here. Same with these. Make sure they're tight. Don't bench press them. No reason to make it heck for yourself the next time you take it apart. I'm not really sure what this little guy is. Some custom bracket. Looks like Sony made. Tell you what though, this thing looks much better than it did. Much better. Much gooder. Alright. Go ahead and throw this side back together here. And we'll be dang near ready to monkey around with throttle linkages, because this one's got a little bit different setup on it. But I think we should be able to figure something out. There, that looks much better. Set our jets off to the side here. Much better. Oh, we already put our fuel fittings in, didn't we? Beautiful. Better have a drink of beer for celebration. The old Keystone Light's the flavor tonight. All right. There's our base plate gasket. That looks just fine. Let's go right over here. Set that in the same orientation where the gasket marks are lined up to where they used to be. Take that girl there. Give her the old wiggle and shimmy. What do you guys think? Is this going to make any difference? Is he going to run like crap? Is he going to run great? I don't know. You know what? Let's take that custom bracket thingy off of there. Let's see if I can get this right on the first shot. Oh, baby. Holy shit, Taki. Jeepers criminy. We don't need that where we're going. Go ahead and snug this down. We're probably not going to put... Probably not put my kick down on. I'm not super concerned with that at this point in time. All right. Hook up our vacuum advance here. Get our PCB hooked back up on the back. Throw that back in there. Snug those up. Find a spot for our throttle return spring here. My neighborhood over here has about 785,000 dogs that live in it. So, you know, that's pretty neat. All right. Where did my dog go? Look at you, Miss Fancy. We're gonna fire up the smoker this weekend? She's like, oh yeah, Dad. Butthead. And we'll come over here. Don't mind the mess everywhere. All right, we'll leave the air cleaner off for a second here. That way we can see better for leaks. I don't have any fuel or a fuel squirter to fill the bowls, so we're going to have to do it off the cart. Sorry, off the pump. Oh, baby. She is rich. And we're leaking fuel. Go ahead and soak up some of this before we start a fire, huh? Right, not a bad idea. Now let's see what these idle mixture screws are set at, because I didn't even check them. 1/2, 1, almost 1 1/2, half, 1, 1 1/2. One half, one, about 1 1/4, 1/2, 1, 1 1/2. I can't see where it's leaking at, but I can hear something hissing. Where's that sound coming from? Alright, well, let's try her again. I probably messed up something. You guys tell me if it's leaking or not, because I can't see it from in here. we still dumping fuel everywhere? Yep, right here. Okay. Let's see if that fixes her up. And let's check our idle screw too. One half, one and a half for our base. See if we can get it to stay running at least this time. Not having it. Not a fan of this part so far. We might have to go down some jet sizes or something. She is rich. I don't know if you guys can see all that. Look at that. Woo, baby. We better shut her down. She is not happy with this carb at all. So I think the game plan now is going to be well, I guess I don't know, because that did not go the way I expected it to go. Let me think about this. I wonder if it's got a stuck float or needle. I mean, Well, I'm going to troubleshoot here for just a few minutes. I'll be back in a second. Well, stupid me. Power valve was leaking. Somehow, when I put the new power valve gasket in, two of them were stuck together. I pulled it apart and that metering block gasket was soaked by the power valve. So anyway, there she is. It actually idles really nice. Runs good. I did reduce the primary jets. Let me shut this off. And that was not a cold start, but it wasn't warmed up. I did reduce. Jesus, those lights kill me. Right there. I took the primary jets down from a 71 to a 69 also. Not knowing what well, that's what I was in process of doing when I found the power valve was the problem. So I could probably run them back up to a 71 and it'd be all right. But we're going to hop in and take it for a quick spin around the block. I got to move a few cars. I'll be right back. Here we go. I can already tell you that light throttle is more responsive. It feels pretty good. And it runs fantastic. I'm telling you, there's something with that other carb. What it is, but there's something wrong with that other carb. She is happy. So we're gonna keep doing a little more testing and tuning with this carb, I think, as the videos go. But for now, we're going to call this a win. If you've ever questioned well, I guess I went 50 CFM smaller, so I went from a 750 to a 700, but went from a vacuum secondary to a mechanical secondary. And time will tell on how this goes. But for now, we're going with a win. Appreciate it very much. Like, subscribe, share. I'm going to keep my eyeballs hooked on the old road in front of me here. And our next video, I bet you anything, we'll be back on that Cadillac. See you later.